What we know about the M5 is that it's big, it's pretty heavy, and it's very, very fast. What we don't know is how well it works with a manual transmission. That's what we have here, and that's what we're going to find out this week on Ignition. Now let's get acceleration testing out of the way first. We can estimate that this car is going to be a little bit slower because we don't have the fast shifting twin clutch and we don't have launch control. But I'm actually happy that we don't have launch control because the M5 with that system is cumbersome to use. So we have to do this the old-fashioned way, and that's difficult because this engine is such a powerhouse. First gear is basically useless with regard to traction. You basically want to dump the clutch at about 2,000 RPM, go flat on the throttle, and just stick into it. When you grab second gear, if you get some wheel spin, that's a good sign because it keeps the engine right in the meat of its power band. Let's see if we can give it a try right now. And then if you wheel spin, grab second, and then if you do it right, you'll get 60 in 4.2 seconds, and the quarter mile in 12.5 seconds at 116.6 miles an hour. When you buy a manual transmission these days, you aren't doing it because it's faster. Twin clutch transmissions, the modern ones, can't be beat when it comes to shift speed and accuracy. No, you buy a manual these days because you claim you're all about the experience. You're all about the gratification, the near religious experience, let's say, of mashing a clutch pedal and moving a lever. But here's the thing, a car designed to have a twin clutch transmission is going to be better with a twin clutch transmission. Now that takes us quite conveniently to the M5. From behind the wheel, you can almost feel the hesitation from the Germans to give this car a manual. It was always designed to have a twin clutch transmission until, rumor goes, the US went into uproar about saving the manuals or some nonsense. So now we have a 6-speed manual with a real clutch. And how is it? Well, it's not bad. It feels like any BMW manual you've ever driven. And that means the throws are somewhat lengthy. You have this unique rubbery sensation. And I'm actually in the camp that likes BMW manuals because once you get used to them, you fall into rhythm with the rest of the car. Now the thing about the whole manual, automated manual debate is that it's actually a repeat from the last M5. The difference being that car didn't have a good automated manual. This one does. So with the previous car, the case for the manual was that much stronger. But on that debate, I don't think there's a sweeping correct answer for all cars for which transmission you should have. It's very contextual from car to car. A Miata, a BRZ, an FRS wouldn't be better with twin clutch transmissions, but a manual wouldn't be better in a 458. So you might link it to the speed of the car, and that makes sense because supercars these days are so incredibly fast that they need a twin clutch transmission. It matches the nature of the powertrain better. Using a manual in a modern supercar is like controlling a rocket with an abacus. It's just clumsy and strange. There are exceptions, of course, and they are the Corvette and probably the new Viper. So perhaps it's not just the speed, but it's all the nature, the character of the car. Those cars are manly, those cars are rough, and you want to muscle them around with a lever. Now, how about the M5? What does this car call out for? Well, it's strange because this car isn't any better with the manual, I can say that right now, but it isn't demonstrably worse. Of course, it is slower in a straight line. The thing is, the manual introduces this bit of clumsiness into the powertrain, this little bit of sloppiness. You have to be really mindful of the clutch pedal. You have to be really mindful of where the engine's at in the rev range, because this thing, when it gets on power, you better make sure the clutch is engaged. So what you have is almost this lateral shifting character. At the end of the day, which one would you rather have? I'm conflicted. I'm leaning toward the twin clutch transmission though, simply because I like the sense of control that that transmission gives me. This manual gearbox is fun, but it's fun in a dumb kind of way. in the sense that you're controlling 560 horsepower with a lever. And so while I might lean towards a twin clutch, I could see why a purist might want to choose the manual transmission. But what I don't get is why a purist would want a twin turbocharged, heavy German luxury sedan.